Good afternoon. This is Ismail Gulfaraz Abbasi from Planet FM 87.6 with my program, The All Rounder. And today is a special day in the sense that I usually remain grounded and I think that I'm nobody, but I am pretty, proud of myself today because I am going to interview one of my teachers. So I believe I must have done something right in life. So I got the opportunity to call my teacher on my show, and I'm going to interview him. Mr. Akram Khan Khosa, professor, and also the president of Federal Government Teachers Association. Akram Saab, welcome on our show.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you. As I mentioned that I studied where Akram Saab was teaching, and our relationship grew from being a student-teacher relationship to a colleague relationship, and then we are also very good friends. So Akram Saab, thank you for sparing the time and coming to our show. The topic of our show today is the crisis that we get to hear about Islamabad colleges. We get to listen to our students. Many of my students also report that there is some sort of unrest, and it's not only the students. I've heard certain teachers talking about they appear to be a little unsure, uncertain about the future of Islamabad colleges, the future of the students, and the future of their own jobs. Could you please walk us through?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Ismail Gulfaraz. This is a proud moment for me to have a chit chat with you on this planet. As you have introduced yourself, that we have a very long standing relationship, and from studentship to colleagueship, and then it grew into friendship also.
Sure.
So I congratulate you on this occasion that you have taken up an issue that is very much pertinent and very much critical for students, for our institutions, and for the schools and colleges of ICT.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last few years, we have come across, I would sum a few things. Over the last few years, we have seen many good things.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we are not only critics, we are teachers, are the custodians of the future of students and the future and well-being of the institutions. So, from that point of view, I see there are multiple things that are very much positive and they are very encouraging. We see very good things happening in Islamabad colleges. Like in the last few years, we saw infrastructural development in colleges, and we see high impact labs. We see interactive boards in the classrooms. We see around in 10 colleges IT parks. So good things are happening, and we see students getting Chromes, and you see digital classrooms. Those are very nice things, and Federal Ministry of Education and Professional Training is very much focused on that, and we appreciate that thing, that they are focusing on this missed area. And we see that for the last I have an experience of around 23 years teaching in these colleges. So during these more than 2 decades, I rarely saw any such large-scale initiative taken by Federal Ministry of Education, or maybe I couldn't see, but in the last few years we have seen, a robust kind of activity. But
I mean, they say that actual aspect comes after the bud. So yes,
True.
So the bud.
So there are many good things that we appreciate as stakeholders, as teachers, but there are certain things that need attention from the higher authorities, in particular Ministry of Education and the federal government. And we as a stakeholders feel it that this is our right and our duty to pinpoint, to highlight the things. And we usually, whenever we come across high officials in the ministry, in FDE, we do tell that there are certain areas that are missing and that need attention from them. So one area that one by one we will be talking about these areas.
Yes.
One area that needs attention from the ministry in particular, and they need to direct FDE, Federal Directorate of Education, that every initiative that is taken should focus the well-being of students.
Okay.
Because these are public colleges, public schools meant for free quality education that is globally recognized.
Okay.
So there are certain things like in 2018, if I take you back to 2018, in 2018 HEC and Government of Pakistan decided that we should replace this traditional education system by the globally recognized and modern system that is called BS semester system program.
Fair enough.
So in 2018, initially some of the college like H8 College,
Yeah. I was there when it
F72
started,
College,
yes.
Margala College, and
Yes.
then ICB and ICG, these
True.
colleges were given tasks because they were offering at that time master in certain subjects. So in those disciplines that we were offering master, they decided that we should start BS programs in those disciplines so that they gradually phase out, and then students would be focusing only on their BS education because that is globally compatible and recognized also. So that was the purpose,
Okay.
the sole purpose behind that. And then in 2019, many other colleges, they were taken into the fold, like if I remember correctly, around 14 colleges. At that time, there were 12 XFG colleges and 2 or 3 model colleges that were allowed to launch BS programs, and then ADP programs. I would tell here that ADP program is for 2 years. That was purely replacement of BA, BSc programs.
True.
Because we degree colleges offer at that time offered BA, BSc, that was, yes, BCom also, 2-year program. So students from ICD, from other provinces, they would come over here and they would get quality education. But when we saw that ADP program was being introduced, that was, and we teachers, educationists and stakeholders, they all were very much happy, and everybody participated in that exercise to make it success. So and it was very much successful. Around 13 colleges launched ADP programs and 14 colleges launched BS programs. Some of the colleges, they launched ADP and BS both programs in different disciplines. So it was very welcome initiative for the people of ICT, for students and for teachers, because they would be now teaching the subjects and the discipline that are more aligned with modern education and modern tendencies. After a few years, like 2 3 years, we saw that again things were happening like that. Certain programs in one college that was closed and bundled up, and then in another college, we raised the question why it is happening. So because we were so happy and we were excited, and there was, you see, public appreciation, very overwhelming response from public that these if their kids with the, you see, minor amount of fee compared to the universities that charge. I mean, in if I could mention, any university doesn't cost demand less than 1 lakh for semester.
Yeah, overall
Most of the
cost
universities,
increases.
they ask
Yeah,
for
true.
more than 1
True.
lakh. So our colleges, public colleges, they were offering these programs at 15,000, 20,000 per semester, depending on the program. Like if it was sciences program,
Yeah,
fee was
a little higher in
Yeah.
computers.
If it was arts program, the fee
Social
was little
sciences,
less.
yeah.
So that's why it was quality education, quality programs, and with very low cost. That's why people, you see, rushed into these institutions. I would tell you right now, in the colleges of Islamabad, more than 5,000 students are studying in BS and ADP programs.
Okay.
That is a big number.
Okay.
If we calculate that 5,000 students getting education, that is globally recognized. When they go to the market, they get jobs also.
True.
And BA, ADP social sciences, ADP natural sciences, that is equal to BA BSc, and they qualify, they are eligible for CSS also.
14 years of
Yeah,
education
14
gets-
of education. So suddenly we saw that without any notification, without any proper correspondence, FDE decided means orally.
Okay.
It was conveyed to principal that this year you are not going to start this program.
Okay.
So this year you are not going to start ADP.
Okay.
And one thing, every year advertisement for these program is issued by FDE.
Yes,
so
yes.
principals and teachers, they are in a way dependent on FDE for many things,
True.
because there was a little control on that. Gradually we saw, and we were told that there are certain complications, we are working on that, and when those complications are addressed, then gradually these programs again would be there. Means selectively they were removed.
Okay.
And we thought that okay, if there is some complication, that fine, then we can come up with that program again. But we saw then blanket decision that all colleges were asked not to offer ADP programs.
All colleges.
All colleges except
And
one.
what
college.
about the colleges that were already running the ADP program?
They
Did
were
they
asked-
complete their batch?
Yeah,
Were they allowed to
yeah,
complete?
they were allowed to complete those batches.
Okay.
And they were not allowed to offer
Of a
fresh
new program. That's
admissions.
fine.
You
Okay.
see, and now students from ICT, from lower middle class, from working classes, this was a very great opportunity for them. I mean, they were getting quality education with a little amount of fee.
And also for the fact that they were not engaged for entire 4 years time period. But
Yeah.
if you're only offering BS, this means you want a commitment of 4 years.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, that's why ADP programs could be more popular.
Okay.
Because they are for 2 years and BS programs are for 4 years, and any student when his circumstances allow him, or
Yes,
if
yes,
he feels like that, he can rejoin and continue doing his BS. He can complete rest 4 semesters. So we were worried. We thought, what is happening? As
So
educationists,
when you say we were worried, because what I heard is that you are basically representing a teacher association.
Yeah,
You're
college
the
teachers
president
association, yes.
of a college teacher association. So is this your mandate to look after the students' well-being as well? Because people
okay.
are asking, why are you being so proactive in this regard? This is not your domain. If it's about teachers, you should be coming forward and being proactive about it. But why with regard to the students?
You see, this is a misconception about associations by associations of teachers. A teachers association, they do not work merely for teachers.
Okay.
They work for the well-being of students. Rather, if
Okay.
I mention here, our constitution says that our associations will work for the welfare of the institutions and the welfare of the students.
Okay.
And I understand that welfare of teacher is associated with the welfare of the students. That is interconnected. We cannot, isolate teachers from students and students from teachers. They are mutually interconnected.
Okay.
Well-being of students lies in the growth and development of institutions, and in the growth and development of institution lies the welfare of the teachers and other employees. So that is all interconnected. When we raise voice for students, sometimes we are asked that you are a government servant and you need to take few classes that are being offered. Why you are worried about
Yes.
that? Why you are taking care of all that you are asking that we should have more programs? These colleges are just buildings. Institutions are just buildings. They are colleges, they are institutions when there are students. And if programs are stopped, if programs are closed down, if students do not get an opportunity to come over there, these buildings cannot be called educational institutions. The very theme, very spirit allows and demands that we need to take care of the well-being of students. And teacher, this is my point of view, and I think this is globally recognized point of view, that teachers are not just government servants. They are custodians of the future of their generations. They are the custodians of the well-being of their students. And if a teacher does not align himself with the well-being of the students, there cannot be ownership. That often it is stated that teachers sometimes they do not show ownership. When teachers show ownership that they are concerned for the well-being of the student, then they are asked that this is not your domain.
Yes.
So this is in fact the domain of teachers. Teachers are stakeholders. Students are stakeholders. Parents are stakeholders.
Yeah.
And the officers sitting in the administrative units, offices, they are also stakeholders. So the whole society, civil society, civic bodies, they all are stakeholders when it comes to education, because in education lies the future of nation. In classroom lies the future of a nation. And someone said that the classroom decides the future of a nation. So teacher cannot think like that, that he is indifferent to all that. That's why
Fine.
we often raise this voice, and we often visit FDE. We go to ministry, and let me tell you that ministry is very much kind and very much, you see, federal education. They listen to us, they hear us. Often they come up with directions for the resolution of issues. But we find problems at Federal Directorate of Education. There we see that we are not encouraged.
So,
Students are
Akram sir,
not
have
encouraged.
they offered Federal Directorate of Education, I'm talking about when the notification gets issued and these programs get closed, is there an alternative that is provided?
You see, any program cannot be substitute of any other program.
Okay.
Like if I tell you that at F10 IMCB F10 4 College, two programs like BS English and BS Urdu, at IMPC H8 College Geography, and at H9 College Islamic Studies and Physics, and at Sihala College Degree College Sihala ADP, and many other colleges, they were asked not to continue their programs. Like Sihala was asked not to continue ADP,
Okay.
and these colleges that I have mentioned, they were asked not to continue their BS programs, and they said that we are going to give you other programs
So
as a substitute. But I tell we, the colleges, we've been trained for certain, I would go for that background also. We colleges are equipped and trained for, or we have the capacity for running certain programs. We cannot run every program. Like if someone asks that we should run IT programs, a college can run one IT program, and all colleges cannot run, because then there is shortage of faculty. We do not have faculty. At F10 4 College, there is a reasonable faculty for English program. That faculty cannot teach stats program.
Exactly.
That faculty cannot teach IT program. That faculty cannot teach Islamic studies program. That faculty cannot be engaged in Urdu program, because their specialization is
different.
for BS English
Or-
in literature and linguistics, or language we call. So we have faculty saturated and concentrated in certain colleges that is good for certain programs.
Okay.
And if that colleges are, suppose if I mention H9 college, if F9 college, H9 college is asked to stop Islamic studies and start another program like geophysics, they were asked to start.
they might not have
So,
the required faculty.
for geophysics, there might be faculty there, but when it comes to Islamic studies, what to do about the faculty that would be underutilized?
Okay, yeah, that's the
You
point.
know, doctors, PhD doctors
Yes.
are there, and they were teaching over there. And let me tell you one nice
So
thing.
is I just want to add a question and then you may continue. Is this something to do with the number of students that you end up having in programs? Because I heard that this is a concern of FDE, because in F10 probably the required number was not up to the mark. That's why the program got closed. Is that true?
Well, that is a very tricky question. Number makes a difference.
Okay.
Of course, I understand number makes a difference, but if a program is not allowed to continue for certain length of time, and if in between students are asked to
uncertainty looms
when
around.
they join certain programs and they
They're
are
not
asked
sure
to
even.
go over there some other college,
Yes,
join
yes,
another
yes,
program, then
Very
there is a
valid point.
disappointment.
There is a
So a wrong message goes in community. Next year, lesser number of students would join or
True.
would be interested.
True.
So if there is a full-fledged support to the programs, like if F104 college is allowed to continue this BS English program for some time, like last year they had 27 students, whereas condition is 20 students to begin with.
Okay.
So they had 27 students. So that is good number.
Good number.
That was an encouraging sign.
Fine.
If this year they were allowed to continue and offer programs, we believe that there would have been more students.
Okay.
I tell you, in H8 college, we are having very good response in BS English. And in the very first semester, when first time in 2018 we started, we had 13 students.
I was right.
And university encouraged, okay, fine, go with 13 students. And I think out of 13, 11 students got their BS degrees. One student got the ADP cutoff
Yeah.
out of those 13 students. And next year, we had 50 students in the class.
I taught that class, 50 students
You've
class.
been teacher
Yes.
at that time.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
if colleges are encouraged, they are given support, and the programs are not closed in between, during our students are not disturbed during they are enrolled. Like in Islamic studies case at H9 college, this happened that students was asked to join another college, a female college, boys and girls. They were asked to join a female college and they should join in an ADP program. Whereas they got enrolled in BS programs. So this is against the fundamental right also.
True, it is
A
true.
student has to decide where he wants to get an education, where he wants to study. It could be convenience for the reason of, you see, access. It could be transportation reason. It could be reason of faculty.
True.
Maybe they were interested to study, learn with the faculty of H9 college. And out of those more than 12 students, just 1 or 2 students joined in ADP at that female college, and the rest of the students they abandoned and they went somewhere else. We don't have record where they went. Either they stopped their education, their studies. So this kind of thing, we as teacher, we are trying to highlight this very issue that students should be allowed and programs should be allowed. They should be encouraged rather. We are public colleges. We are not demanding faculty extra. We are not demanding extra funds. We are not demanding any, you see, infrastructure. We are working and we are dealing with whatever the faculty resources we have. And all these programs were offered or allowed to these colleges that they should get affiliation, because at that time they had enough and optimum level of capacity and faculty in those programs. But they, you see now, right now there are many people, parents, students, they have approached their colleges that they want to study. Like there are many students who come from Gorda or from Jhangis, Saidan, or even remote areas, and for them F104 college becomes an access. This access is very much important, and then that college in prime location. Right now what has happened? In another college, BS English program started. That has not started. There is a program that would be started over there, and a PhD faculty, a professor who is PhD doctor at F104 college being transferred on temporary basis to another college because their program would be initiated. The program that is running has been closed to run another program that is about to start.
Okay.
So what we are doing, I think many times the ministry even doesn't know. There is a kind of gap.
Communication gap.
Yeah, there is communication gap. And at FD things are you see done and they are planned and they are decided. And many times, even now, strange thing, 5 programs have been closed this year.
5
and
ADP programs.
1 ADP and 5 BS programs.
So are they
5
like
BS programs. When they were stopped to continue, no notification was issued.
okay?
Because the notification makes them you see,
Answerable.
accountable. Yes,
Answerable.
then they would be accountable. Why? They will have to give reason.
Hmm.
So what happens? They do not just give ad.
So when you say that you visit the ministry, and obviously you are voicing your concerns here, you have voiced it in other avenues, on other avenues as well. What response do you get from Federal Directorate of Education?
From ministry, we get very good response.
No, what about Federal Directorate where you said things they're planning?
Disappointment.
Do they have any vision of, I mean, when you close something, you might have a vision. We might anticipate, and we hope that they have some sort of a scholarly vision, and they might provide the students with a good alternative. Is there anything like that, or it's just a
You see, principals and the HODs that are running programs,
Mhm.
they are the first stakeholders.
Okay.
FDE needs to consult them.
Okay.
And what
Take
happens?
them on board.
This is our understanding and feeling
Okay.
that FDE just issues directions
And the principals follow.
without meaningful consultation with
Okay.
the relevant colleges
Stakeholders.
and stakeholders.
Fine.
We understand if there is any programs or any initiative by FD that might be better,
Yeah.
we can have a consultation process with, there could be discussion, meaningful discussion
Dialogue.
could be there, dialogue
Meaningful.
could be there, so that there is then ownership also.
True.
What
I mean, that's very important.
yeah,
That's very
ownership is
important.
very much
Whatever
important.
decision
If-
is to be taken,
Yeah.
you can't implement anything without having the teachers on board.
Yeah.
Even without having the students on board, because if somebody wants to study BS English and you think BS English is not of, the market is not ripe for BS English, you want to curtail people getting BS English degrees, but the students want to study that. I think their perspective is still pretty important.
Yeah, that's true. One thing more. Once I was told that BS Urdu program is no more relevant.
Mhm.
I said, okay, then eliminate Urdu compulsory subject from our curriculum.
True.
If we have Urdu as compulsory subject till intermediate level,
Why?
then it means we need faculty.
Yes.
If we are not going to train people, if we are not going to educate people in that discipline, where we would get faculty from?
And
in
it's
future?
not only that you
And
need
then it
Urdu
is
for,
language
it's not
also.
only Urdu that you need it for teaching. There can be so many other
Yeah,
avenues.
yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty shocking, attitude towards the issues. Akram Saab, I also get to know that apart from the students, because obviously students want to study there are things that are worrying the teachers as well. Can you shed light on those matters?
Yeah, one thing that is, you see, very much pressing and detrimental to teaching, I understand. Detrimental to teaching and the welfare of students. Again, whenever I speak on that topic, I say any decision, any mayor, any step taken by authorities at times, if it is not appropriate, most of the time it is detrimental to the well-being of students.
Okay.
Like by now, more than 30 teachers of ex-FG colleges have been transferred to other colleges, either female colleges or male colleges, model colleges,
Okay.
and they are working over there on temporary basis.
Okay.
They joined in ex-FG colleges, and they were transferred. They were asked to teach in model colleges or certain female colleges.
What's wrong in it if there are more students in model colleges and they're being utilized? Can that be an argument?
Yeah, that sounds nice, and this is the argument that is being sold. But there is a trick.
Okay.
There are two streams. One is FG colleges, the other stream is model colleges. And historically, these two streams were separate.
Okay.
Model colleges start from like prep and KG,
Okay.
and they are most of the time till matric or
Intermediate.
Only few colleges offer ADP and BS programs.
True.
Now ADP stopped, BS
Only
programs.
BS programs.
And whereas FG colleges, they start from first year, and they are degree colleges, primarily meant for higher classes.
Okay.
And whenever FDE gives an ad or gives a demand and sends demand to FPSC for appointment of people, there is always separate demand for FG colleges and separate demand for model colleges.
Okay.
If there is a shortage of teachers in model colleges, the process of appointment of teachers can be expedited,
Okay.
and arrangements can be made.
ठीक है.
But that should not be mean teachers. And if it is, you see, if there are more students in model colleges, that should not be at the cost of students in FG colleges. How? Because we are now hiring temporary faculty because we need them. Our teachers transfer to other colleges, and to replace them, we are hiring visiting faculty. And visiting faculty, in most cases, is not that much rich in experience and qualification.
Also,
Regular
the fact
teachers-
that they might not be rich in qualification, because the kind of amount they're paid, remuneration that
Yeah.
is paid, you don't get to have good teachers in
Good
that
teachers.
remuneration.
That doesn't attract them.
Yeah.
And moreover, another thing, a regular teacher, experienced, then qualification, and visiting faculty is not for the whole semester. Maybe if they get
The ownership obviously is not going to be the
then
same.
they move.
Yeah.
So FG colleges, they are being affected by this very policy. We understand that there might be need in another college,
Okay.
but there should be arrangement for that college, but
Fine.
not at
Not
the
at the
cost
stake
of
of-
another
Yeah.
college.
Fine.
So FG colleges, they are being affected
Okay.
very much seriously about that, and we have raised this very concern that our teachers who are teaching on visiting basis, who are on temporary basis teaching in another college, they should be transferred back to their college, and principals have written to FDE many times that they should be transferred back. Another thing, as I said, that FG colleges and model colleges are two main different streams, and both are unique in their nature, and both are equally good. I appreciate model colleges, and I appreciate FG colleges. And historically, their management was also different, separate. At FDE, we would have directors separate for FG colleges and director for model colleges, because their nomenclature, their structure, their infrastructure, their theme, their uniqueness, they all are different. So they need a different approach also.
So what I understand, Akram Saab, is that the policy keeps on changing, and it is always short term, because I knew that the former secretary Mohyuddin Wani Saab, when he was in the office, I had the opportunity to understand, and I had some sort of relationship with him, that there were powers that were granted to the principals, the head of the institutions, and FDE was not that powerful in that point of time. So what happened then, that all of a sudden the principals are again, they feel caged, and again that FDE is the policy reverted?
Not reverted. Policy is the same.
Okay.
Principals are entrusted
The delegation
with,
of the power.
They are even now entrusted with full powers.
Okay.
But there is, you see, tug of war going on between principals and FDE.
Okay.
FDE that enjoyed that position of, you see, absolute power, now feel that their authority and powers have been, you see, shared,
Challenged.
and that been delegated to principals, and that is very much good initiative, and I appreciate former secretary for that initiative, because
Yes.
then principals became empowered.
Yeah, they were empowered.
and then they were doing very good job. Now there is a tug of war between. No,
Okay.
this should be also seen,
Okay.
that why FD ignores principals, stakeholders,
Not even
you
taking
see.
them on board,
So
yeah.
in this tug of war, who is the most affected?
The student.
Again, the student. And these institutions. You see, if things go wrong at one stage, and if they are not addressed at the very earliest, then it becomes very difficult to reverse the process.
Okay.
So things are happening like that. Mean there is a kind of tumult, a kind of, you see, we see foggy morning. There might be day also, clear day. Right now we see foggy morning, and we need to have a clear day. We require our colleges, our students, they need to have proper light, and they need to grow.
Okay.
They need time to grow, and they need support to grow.
So there
So
might be
prop-
an argument that the light is not there because we lack energy. We are energy deficient. So do we need to have like solar panels now?
Nice joke. Yeah. So energy is very much there. Teachers, you see, right now I'm here talking about, and you have felt this very thing, that because you've been students of these colleges,
Yeah.
and you own them, and I being teacher of these colleges, we are, when we are sitting over here, we are having a chit chat on that.
Yeah.
We don't have grudges against any single person.
Yeah,
We
obviously.
don't have any, you see, agenda. We don't have anything. Good things we appreciate. There are multiple good things that I appreciated in the very beginning.
Exactly.
That-
I mean, I was reached out by many students who are currently studying in these colleges, and they asked me that this should be something that should be discussed on my show, because I personally on this show I always try to do something that nobody else does, and I want to get experts on board and try to understand what's going on. We did shows on Punjab college issue. Nobody does that. And I am getting a lot of hope from whatever you have said, that at least there are people who are trying to think of students' welfare. So we hope that things improve, because as you said, I myself studied in these colleges, and at that point of time, it is true that why didn't I go to university, for example? I didn't go to university primarily because I couldn't afford that fee. So because these colleges are, you just said, they're very close to my heart, and that's why I called you here, because I want to see, because buildings, as you said, are just buildings. What we see is that these colleges are somehow places where dreams are actually formed, where people get to study. We were discussing last time here, you are witness to what H8 has done, the kind of people H8 college has produced. Our program manager was telling us that Mazhar Nisar Saab, who was once a student of H8 college, actually joined the radio and then PTV World, and he became such a big thing in media. Tawseek Haider, and there are so many other names, but these are just a few names you're talking about. And I taught for in H8 college for 5 years. You have been teaching there for 23 years, so I'm sure hundreds of students who are who have exceeded in their lives, and they have exceeded from GB. Our class fellows who have studied here, they are now PMS officers. Saghir is one of our friends, you probably know him. Shabiul Hassan is another class fellow of mine. You talked about Islamabad. People come from GB, people come from Kashmir, Balochistan.
Sindh.
Yes, Balochistan. So a lot of students.
From Fata, Fana. Yes.
Absolutely. So Akram Saab, now what is your organization doing in order to protect the students' well-being, and in order to find some common ground where dialogue can happen, and where these programs can still run, and where students can still learn without paying a hefty amount?
Yeah, this is a very good question. As president of FGCTA and my other colleagues who are on my panel, we are having dialogue with the relevant segments.
Okay.
And sometimes people think that associations, they work like unions.
Pressure groups?
Pressure groups, protesting for their own purposes, for their own interests. Agendas. We don't have any agenda. And nobody can claim that we went with on agenda or anything like that, our own purpose. That is very much clear. We believe, as professors, as college teachers, as educationists, we understand the best thing is raising voice in a cogent manner.
Okay.
Being logical, being organized, being organized in the sense that we should be very much peaceful. We are not the people who should protest on the streets, block roads, and do such things, and use violence. We don't believe in these things, and we do not encourage our students for that. We always say that, you see, Pakistan was created through dialogue. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he never, took up any rally. Muhammad Ali Jinnah never protested. He was a man of argument, and he argued the case of Muslims, and we got Pakistan. We, the teachers, also argue the case of students. We argue the case of our colleges and our institutions. And I am very much optimistic that we will be heard one day, and we will be heard meaningfully, and things will happen, and things will be in the notice of the people who indeed have the power and authority to address the issues. And one day there will be light in these corridors. One day there will be, an optimism, and these institutions will grow.
I'm reminded of Martin Luther's "I have a dream." One day.
One day.
That's brilliant, because all English teachers, we when we try to teach rhetoric, we take refuge in Martin Luther's "I have a dream" and the anaphoras that were used in that speech by Martin Luther. Akram Saab, people also say that you or the people who talk about this issue, you are probably doing it from a good heart, but this might prove counterproductive in the sense that the students are already down and out. They feel demotivated. There are good things happening, as you said. You mentioned a whole list in the beginning of the things that have been happening. So people believe that students should not be demotivated, and they should not be given a narrative that your future is at stake, and there is something going to happen and you lose, and that so they believe that this is somehow going to be counterproductive, this strategy of involving students, if they are involved in any capacity in raising their voices against this particular shutting down of certain programs.
Thank you very much for raising this question. Very much indeed. Things, if students are involved or instigated politically, that could be counterproductive.
Okay.
We least do that, and we rarely talk about this.
Okay.
With students, we do talk with the higher authorities.
Okay.
We do talk with the relevant quarters. Students themselves, when they are denied an opportunity, they themselves know. This is the age of information and social media.
True. So
Students-
sorry. Just what happened to the students who were studying, for example, in F10? They studied for one semester. What happened to them? Were they shifted?
They were shifted to Achet College.
And how many
And-
got sustained?
10 students were shifted. Only 3 continued.
You see.
7 left. And you see, this is the
So
case
this
of
means
many
this is
other
not a
students.
sustainable formula.
Yeah.
It's a clear-cut evidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And whenever a student, you see, students, they take admission in certain colleges for certain reasons.
Access, yes. The
So-
reputation.
Yeah. So if they are denied that, then they are free to make choices.
True.
They go somewhere else.
Elsewhere.
Either they would join some private university, they would be paying hefty fee, or they would abandon studying, and if they cannot afford. So this has happened with students.
Okay.
Who would be responsible?
Fine.
And who is responsible for denying opportunity to the coming generations? And as I have told you, I have come across dozens of students who said that they want to take admission in that program. Their elder brothers, their cousins, their friends, they have studied in those colleges, and they also waiting for that when there would be opportunity, they would get admission over there. But seeing that opportunity being closed down, there is frustration, there is disappointment in the students. We as teachers always try to remain ourselves peaceful, and we make and we do counsel our students that they should be peaceful, and that is not their job to come to the roads or anything else. But if they feel suppressed, if they feel denied of an opportunity, they should be heard.
They should be heard.
I think they should be heard. When someone is not heard, then one feels that there is a kind of grievance.
True.
Then they feel aggrieved. Students should not feel that they are aggrieved. And this is the central point that FDE should need to understand. Ministry understands, and let me tell you, there are many things that ministry doesn't know, and ministry is not even told, not shared.
So we hope we are almost running out of time, and it was such an enlightening discussion with Akram Saab about what's happening right now in Islamabad's colleges and what are the issues that have been raised by his organization, being the president, and also by certain students, and why there is this uncertainty that looms around the future of certain programs in the Islamabad colleges. Akram Saab, we hope that you get your message across to, as you said, that ministry might get involved and they might intervene, and the concerns of the students and the concerns of the teachers and the concerns of your organization might get heard. Thank you so much for sparing time. That's it from the program, The All-Rounder. We will be signing off. I'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Khuda Hafiz. Akram Saab, bahut shukriya. Thank you.
For calling.
Thank you.